So young Henry the Harris Hawk here, we've noticed a slight rubbing on his hallux, on the top of his back talon as it joins the foot, if that makes sense. Now, this is a really common problem with birds wearing anklets, especially tethered birds, and more so, of course, if it's birds that bait a lot. So for me, it's always been goshawks that have shown up this problem. And to be quite honest, Henry's going to do a poo on my clean floor. You swine. Need to house train these birds. It's a problem that often affects things like goshawks, restless birds for sure. You're the bird's baiting, and that's naturally pulling the anklet down towards the foot. So various ways of mitigating this. You can cut little slits all around the lower edge of the anklet so they fold out and make a smoother edge. People make double skins with the rolled anklets for softer rounded edge, and so on and so forth. To be honest, I've always found it's often not a reason. It's not, oh, that's a bad anklet, or that's fitted badly, or all that leather's wrong. It just seems to be, now and again, on one of the legs, a pair of anklets that have worked on, or the style which work on other birds, they just rub. For me, the easiest fix, of course, is to change those anklets. It's weird, but just change them from a different style. 90% of the time, it just works for that bird. It's just something with that anklet on that bird is rubbing on the back of that bird's top toe, back toe, its hallux. So Henry here, he's fitted with biothene anklets. They're a man-made material. They lasted for 10 years without any fuss on my previous male Harris Hawk, causing no issues at all. So you can't necessarily say there's something wrong with these anklets. It can be just the bird. Of course, it can be the way you're exercising the bird. If you're putting sort of an exercise routine that's putting strain, pulling that anklet down, it could be that. It could be that it is the leather gone hard because you're lazy in your maintenance of leather and you haven't kept it supple by regular oiling or greasing, and it's gone to a hard, brittle edge, and so on and so forth. 9 times out of 10, it's quite young birds wearing quite new kit. So it's time to change the anklets. I'm just going to change them for a different design, and that gives me a great opportunity to try for real the new Kaiser slip-on style anklets made by Thomas Carnahan. A completely revolutionary design. Now, he's been making his Kaiser slip-ons a completely revolutionary design now for some years now, out of leather, but he's now invented, put into practice, put into use, manufactured a new man-made synthetic material. He's already done that with his Eagle slip-on hoods to amazing success. They're selling all over the world. He's now updated, improved his Kaiser slip-ons, not just with the bespoke one-off invention of how they fit together, but also the material that's actually being used. So I'll show you them now. I'll talk you through them. Quiet down. They've been now tested for months and months and months, probably well over a year, on all kinds of birds, from owls to falcons to Bonelli's eagles. They've been tested and tested and tested, and so far they're proving to be fantastic bits of equipment. So for sure, why not change his anklets to those? And I'll tell you why they look great, but for me, great to try out these new bits of kit that an awful lot of falconers and breeders are really raving about. So let me flip you around and show you those anklets. So let's have a look at what we've got one-handed. So not only have we got the Kaiser slip-ons. Now this patented invention, Tom's had produced for quite some time. And the only issues I think Tom's had from his point of view is that leather just isn't all the same. And when you're selling a bespoke product and things might stretch a bit or twist a bit, this new material here, absolutely amazing, because you've got the rolled lips already around the top here. Very, very soft edge, top and bottom, which is hopefully going to really sort out Henry's bit of leg rub. But what you don't get is the twisting of that tube, if you like, around the leg, because although this is relatively soft, you can see that squishiness there, it's also rigid. So this tube, to fit the species of bird, it's got plenty of give on it, but not the sort of give that it will ever change its shape. So you're getting, if you like, pressure against the bird's leg here evenly without it twisting and straining, and just putting an edge or putting pressure on just one part of the leg. This stays and holds its shape. So you've got the quick release system still here, which means taking up birds from breeding aviary or after the molt. Very, very easy to slip these on and off. Reusable, of course, you're not cutting anything off. And then to accompany these amazing, or what seems to be amazing, and when I say that, I mean, I now know Tom has certainly given a lot of pairs onto trial, and my friend Mike has used these on all sorts of species now for a very long time without any issues. He's also invented a Dyneema braided Jess that is very, very chew resistant indeed, and totally waterproof. The ferrule at the top there sits perfectly into the anklet eyelet, but I can't do this one-handed, guys, but still swivels round. So I'm interested to try these. You guys know that I really like my braided equipment, and it's going to be hard for even Tom to change my mind about the braid, the Dacron braid that I tend to get. But I'm certainly interested to see how these hold up. Now, Henry himself, he's actually in a free loft, so I don't need to be constantly changing Muse jesses for flying jesses. And these do have, in this set here, a hole in for a swivel or a leash extender. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to slip a bit of sleeving over there, and I'm going to leave enough of the loop exposed to put a Sampo clip swivel on, should I need to tether him while I clean out his aviary, or for instance tethering to a glove. If you were going to go flying your hunting bird, you want a little eyelet or a little hole in your flying straps so you can clip onto your glove at a field meet if you're one of those people that just can't help yourself but slipping out of turn. You know who you are. So we're going to modify them slightly so we can leave them on permanently, and you're going to say, Dave, that Ruddy Henry is going to pull these free and eat them, or leave them in his aviary. So I'm going to put a small cable tie around here, not tight to the anklet, just enough so it still spins around and around, but hopefully he won't be able to pull them out and lose them. So we'll give it a go. I'm going to get Emily in with Henry. We'll have to voice over the blooming Henry, the noisy Henry, but let's see what they're like to fit and change. Okay, so we've cast Henry. We're going to get these old ones off. So these are Biothene. I've had these on one of my house hooks for 10 years, and I can say they were absolutely brilliant. But unfortunately, one of these has rubbed on Henry's legs for whatever reason, and it's probably nothing to do with the anklets particularly. It's just the bird, and it's how it's gone. So these are, I'm blind, but they have got an up and a down. Is that up, Emily?
Yeah, your top. Yeah, your finger in.
Right in, right in.
Yeah.
So very nice fit. Few. Whatever that's up or down. Which is the top? That's the top. Yeah. That's the top. I don't know why I'm doing this without any glasses on. I'm trying to pretend I don't need glasses. So lovely fit. I like the idea a lot. That just fits in there. Turns absolutely freely, but a really nice snug fit. So what you can do, if you've got that foot M. So what I'm going to do is use them, try them as pretty much flying jesses. A little tiny cable tie is going to stop him pulling that out of there and throwing them all around his aviary. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. And we've shrunk wrap here, leaving a little pinhole should we need a clip. So that's one done. Mind his tail, Emily, because it's absolutely rubbish. I'll just free that up a bit. Thank you. Oops. If you do get any rubs on the back of your bird's hallexes, for goodness sakes, get some F10 ointment. Get that straight in there. It will help clean the wound and keep out any infection. So I'm throwing away new anklets, and of course, pretty traditional. If you don't like them, you can take them off without ruining them. Emily, which is the way out?
That.
Is
The
that
bottom.
is
That's
that the top?
Yeah.
So that way round.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm blind. Remember, guys, bells and things and rings go above anklets, not below. They get pulled into the bird's feet and cause the problem we're trying to eliminate. So again, lovely fit. Remember as well, fit your jesses outside in, so the button on any jess is on the outside of the bird's leg, not on the inside. And again, we're gonna pop a little cable tie around. And very slowly, all fingers and thumbs. There we go. Oh, have him. Will you let go of him? And you get the glove before he attacks me. So, always use a silken handkerchief to hold your bird when you cast it, or at least a tea towel. But poor old Henry, his feathers are even worse. Got him?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, got him.
So, normally when you're using flying jesses, generally I'd go for leather because it's grippier for flying jesses, or a reasonably thick braid because thin braid slips through your fingers, and maybe these Dyneema ones will be a bit slippy in your fingers. The girls will soon tell me, but Tom hasn't made those for flying jesses, and he actually uses leather for flying jesses himself, as far as I know. These are his design of Muse jesses, and for our needs we kind of bodging them to suit us, but we're going to give them a test and see what they're like to use as flying jesses. But for sure, have a look at these. They look good, they fit perfectly, I have to say, and I think this lovely rolled edge and a form that doesn't distort and applies pressure evenly over the bird's leg, I think, as is the sort of the catchphrase for Tom's kit, they probably are going to be a game changer. So far people are really loving them, and I think it's time we tried them, and I'm no better bird than the bird that is really the most popular and commonly flown bird in falconry, Henry the Harris Hawk. So we'll report back on the channel. Get on Tom's website if you want an amazing type of slip-on hunting hood made of an amazing composite material, or the latest evolution of the Kaiser slip-on anklets, now with their own form of braided jesses. I think they're going to be worth a try, guys.